Thank you, Denise. TVJ Sports understands that there's still concern over how much money parents would be asked to fork out to send their children to the CARIFTA Swim Championships in Barbados next month. This is despite a recent $7 million grant from the government. Jordan Fort tells us more.
Just last week, the Sports Ministry announced that it would be granting $7 million to the Aquatic Sports Association of Jamaica, ASAJ, through the Sports Development Foundation. The grant was earmarked by the ASAJ to offset the cost of sending Jamaica's team to the CARIFTA Swim Championships in Barbados next month. But despite that injection of cash, a revised budget for the meet seen by TVJ Sports only shows a reduction of just over $24,000 on the amount parents are expected to pay per swimmer. That is because the $7 million grant from the government is not being reflected on the budget. On Tuesday, we spoke to ASAJ President Martin Lynn, who admitted that parents will still have to carry some of the burden of the trip, but didn't give specifics.
The funds are, once the government says that they're going to give us the funds, they will give us the funds. On time is I don't know, but the fact of the matter is that regardless of whether we get the funds or not, we will be getting the funds in terms of on time. So it's still going to be less expensive for the parents to have to find.
And TVJ Sports also asked Lynn if the association was expecting to receive the $7 million grant in time for the CARIFTA Championships.
At this point in time, the parents have to find some funding, and unfortunately, that's just the way CARIFTA is. But the way sponsorship is coming along right now, it's going to be very, very minimal compared to what we started out with. And certainly, the grant from government has made a big dent into what the parents will have to find.
TVJ Sports also understands that the parents have asked to see a budget which reflects the $7 million grant or how much they will be reimbursed once that grant is received, but the association has yet to make that available. Another point of contention is that the cost of tracksuits, team uniform, deck t-shirts, bags and swim caps have been quoted in US dollars, although one source told TVJ Sports that all the gear was purchased locally. The exchange rate was also quoted as $157 US. A check on the Bank of Jamaica website on March 29 showed the going rate for the US dollars to be $154. Outside of the government sponsorship, the association has so far garnered just under $1.7 million in corporate support. The ASAJ budgeted just over $8.8 million for the overall cost of the trip for the 33 athletes and 5 officials for 7 days. Jordan Fort, TVJ Sports.